At every turn, life continues in defiance of its limitations. Children turn narrow alleys into playgrounds, weaving around clusters of chairs and hanging clothes. Fishermen haul in their daily catch, while others sell lottery tickets, street food or second-hand goods. Santa Cruz del Islote was not always this crowded. According to local legend, fishermen from the nearby Baru region first discovered the islet some 200 years ago, when it was little more than a resting place for those caught at sea after nightfall. It was said to be free of mosquitoes, a rare paradise in the tropics. They returned with their families, and over generations, the island was artificially expanded by compressing coral, seashells, and waste into its borders. Today, remnants of this history are visible beneath the surface. The island sits atop one of the world's largest coral reefs, a natural barrier that tames towering 20 to 30-meter ocean waves into gentle swells of just half a meter upon reaching the shore. Yet the same sea that offers protection is also a dumping ground. With no formal waste system, trash, from plastics to broken furniture and even discarded toilets, is unceremoniously tossed into the water. Beneath the turquoise surface, crabs forage among the refuse, their contaminated shells destined for island kitchens. The lack of infrastructure extends beyond waste. Electricity is limited, generated by 380 solar panels and just a handful of gas-powered generators. On sunny days, power might last from noon all the way until 5 in the evening. But when clouds linger, outages can stretch for days, leaving food to spoil and homes to swelter. Drinking water is scarcer still, rainfall is sporadic, sometimes absent for 7 to 8 months at a time. Residents harvest every drop with homemade collection systems, channeling rain into communal tanks. When clouds break, the island erupts in spontaneous celebration because water is life, and on Santa Cruz del Islote, it is never guaranteed. Medical care is rudimentary at best. The island's single clinic operates without a full-time doctor. A nurse, seasoned by 4 decades of service, has delivered nearly every child born on the island and continues to care for the community with unmatched devotion. Emergency cases, however, must endure a dangerous boat ride to the mainland. Despite these hardships, residents of Santa Cruz del Islote claim long life expectancies, some reportedly reaching 90 years or more. It is not uncommon for multiple generations to live under one roof, with girls often giving birth as young as 16. Family planning is virtually non-existent, and, well, the island's population continues to climb. Romantic unions follow a fluid custom. Formal marriages are rare, and it is socially acceptable for individuals to have children with multiple partners. Communal living shapes the social fabric. Personal space is a luxury few can afford, and honestly, laughter often carries farther than conflict. But the island's most dire problem isn't its overcrowding, its waste, or its fragile resources. It is its future. With no cemetery of its own, the dead must be transported by boat to the mainland, and with no room to expand, each birth compounds the crisis of space and sustainability. Trash continues to choke the shallow waters. Every wave brings back the island's discarded waste. Mosquitoes swarm stagnant pools and malnourished dogs roam the narrow streets, their growth stunted by scarcity. The markets, just 3 small stores, provide essential goods, from canned food to medicine. Salt-heavy winds corrode electronics and appliances, solar batteries degrade, water tanks leak, and each rainy season becomes a desperate contest for survival. And yet, amid it all, life on Santa Cruz del Islote endures. The children play, the fishermen fish, families gather for birthdays. An entire world exists on this sliver of concrete, surrounded by a sea that both sustains and threatens it. In a place where every step crosses into another's world and where life and death share the same square meter, Santa Cruz del Islote stands as a haunting testament to human resilience, and a sobering question about how much life a tiny island can bear. At the symbolic center of Santa Cruz del Islote stands its lone monument, a humble statue known as La Patrona. This revered figure, positioned near the island's modest church, is believed by residents to offer protection against the relentless Caribbean storms. The church itself bears the marks of years without restoration, its walls weathered by salty winds and time, yet it remains a vital sanctuary in both faith and function. Education on the island extends only to primary school. With no resources to pursue higher education on the mainland, most children complete their schooling on the island, sharing classrooms with students from neighboring islets who arrive each morning by boat. The school hosts 240 students under the guidance of 12 dedicated teachers. Despite their limited resources, the children of Santa Cruz del Islote dream as boldly as any, many aspiring to become soccer stars for teams in Madrid, Paris, or Buenos Aires. Tourism has become the primary source of livelihood here. Designated a national park, the island charges a modest entry fee, drawing hundreds of visitors each day. With each boatload of tourists, a whirlwind of activity overtakes the narrow alleys. Though the influx often strains the tiny settlement's infrastructure, it remains the economic lifeblood for many residents. Diving guides, bartenders, and local artisans depend on these visitors, with daily earnings ranging between $15 and $50, fluctuating with the ebb and flow of tourist seasons and fortunes. Among the attractions built to entice tourists is a small aquarium where sea turtles, vibrant tropical fish, and even sharks swim within confined enclosures. Here, visitors can experience the thrill of swimming alongside these creatures, an activity that significantly bolsters the island's modest economy. Yet beneath this spectacle lies a deeper ecological concern. Years of overfishing and marine pollution have ravaged local fish stocks, forcing the island to import much of the seafood once abundant in its surrounding waters. As dusk descends, Santa Cruz del Islote undergoes a subtle transformation. Without an official police force or state governance, social order is maintained by the wisdom of elders. In a place where everyone knows everyone else, disputes are settled through community intervention. Older residents serve as informal arbiters, gathering conflicting parties, offering counsel, and restoring harmony. It is a self-regulating society, one in which mutual respect and shared history supplant the need for law enforcement. Evening brings a reprieve from the oppressive heat, drawing residents into the open streets. With no electricity after sunset, homes are lit by flickering candles or the glow of mobile phone flashlights charged during daylight hours. The confined interiors of their tiny homes offer little comfort in the sweltering darkness, prompting families to congregate outdoors. The island, though plunged into shadow, brims with life. Latin music spills from a tiny pub, where locals gather to drink, dance, and play spirited games of domino. Birthdays and communal gatherings blur together, their celebratory remnants often left to accumulate in corners of the already overcrowded settlement. Life on Santa Cruz del Islote is one of profound simplicity and resilience. Many of its inhabitants have never ventured beyond its crowded shores, nor do they desire to. Bound by heritage and an unyielding attachment to their birthplace, most residents choose to live out their entire lives on this tiny outpost. Despite its hardships, the unrelenting scarcity of clean water, insufficient waste management, and increasing vulnerability to the sea, the community thrives on unity, shared purpose, and a belief in finding joy amid adversity. For all its challenges, the island embodies a rare, defiant happiness. It stands not as a cautionary tale, but as a testament to human connection, collective survival, and the enduring spirit of a people shaped by their environment and inseparable from it. Thanks for traveling with us. Wherever you are in the world, remember, home isn't just a place, it's a perspective. We'll see you in the next story, only here on Beyond Borders. Hit subscribe, share the journey, and stay curious.